Hello, second graders. Welcome to Math for today. Today you will be working in your Bridges Student Notebook, pages 96 through 97. Before we get started, I want to go over with you a few addition and subtraction strategies, because on these pages it will ask you to pick a strategy to use to solve. Page 96 is titled More Toy Store Problems, page 1 of 2. The directions for these pages read: solve each problem using one of the strategies on the class charts. So these will be strategies we have been using throughout the school year. I will review them with you on the next few slides. They will also be saved on the slideshow. So you can always go back and double check how to use a strategy. For these story problems, you will show all of your work. You will write the answer on the line and tell me which strategy you use. So let's review our addition strategies. This year, we have practiced adding by place value, using the number line, and using place value blocks. I'm going to review all three of these strategies with you before we begin. First, we have add by place value. For this example, I have color-coded the digits in our hundreds place, tens place, and ones place. I'm going to start by adding the digits in the hundreds place. You can see they are labeled in blue. So I have 100 plus 100 equals 200. Next, I will add the digits in the tens place. 20 and 60. Remember that 2 represents 20 and the 6 represents 60 because it is in the tens place. So I have shown 20 plus 60 equals 80. And finally, I will add the digits in the ones place. 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 equals 8. My final step would be to add these three numbers together. 200 plus 80 plus 8 would equal 288. So this is the strategy add by place value. Our next strategy that we have used this school year is adding on the number line. We are going to use the same equation from the previous slide. 125 plus 163. In this case, I am going to start with the number 125. It comes first in our equation, so I'm going to write it on the number line. My first step is to add the hundreds. I'm going to add 100. 125 plus 100. I will land on 225. Next, I will need to add 6 tens, or 60. You can choose, second graders, if you would like to break apart and add 6 jumps of 10, or if you want to group the 6 jumps of 10 together and make one jump of 60. 225 plus 60, that means I am adding the 20 plus 60 to find 285. And last, my final jump is to add 3 ones. 285 plus 3 equals 288. So my answer would be 288. I started at 125. I added 163 to find my answer. This is strategy number 2. Strategy number 3 is the place value drawing. I'm going to show this strategy using my whiteboard. On the top, you can see I have drawn 125. 100s block, 2 10 sticks, and 5 ones. Below that, I have drawn 163. 100, 6 tens, and 3 ones. Now, since I am adding these all together, I need to go back and count how many hundreds, tens, and ones I have all together. I have 5 ones plus 3 ones. 5 plus 3 is 8. 2 tens plus 6 tens. Count with me by 10, second graders. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 80. 100 plus 200. 200. My total number is 288. This is an example of showing my work using a place value drawing. Now that we have reviewed the 3 addition strategies, now we will review the 2 subtraction strategies. For today, our 2 strategies for subtraction are subtracting using the number line or place value blocks. Here is an example of how to use the number line when using subtraction. My new equation is 263 minus 125. When I use the number line for subtraction, I need to start with the larger number on the right side. That way I can subtract backwards on my number line. Starting at 263, I am going to subtract back 100. 263 minus 100, I land on 163. Now I'm going to subtract the tens. I have to take away 2 tens, or 20. You can choose to either make 2 jumps of 10 backwards or 1 hop of 20. 163 minus 20 is 143. And finally, I have to subtract 5 ones. I can take a hop back of 5 on my number line, and I landed on 138. So 263 minus 125 is 138. Our final strategy for subtraction is using a place value drawing. For this equation, I have started with 263. 2 hundreds, 6 tens, and 3 ones. I have to subtract or take away 125. Well, I have enough where I can take away 100 and I can take away 2 tens. So as you can see, I've taken away 100 and 2 tens, meaning I've subtracted 120 so far. How much more do I have left to subtract? I've taken away 120. I have 5 left to subtract. Second graders, do I have 5 ones available to take away? I only see 3 ones, but I can trade one of my 10 sticks, break it apart into 10 ones. Let me show you. Since I did not have enough ones to take away 5 ones, I traded in a 10 stick, I broke it apart, and turned it into 10 ones. So now I have enough ones in the ones place to subtract 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was able to take away 5 ones. Now I can go back and count how much I have left. 138. I have 100 block, 3 groups of 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones to make 138. So those are our subtraction strategies, the number line and the place value drawing. You are now going to look on pages 96 and 97 titled More Toy Store Problems. You are going to complete numbers 1, 2, and 3. Number 4 is the challenge problem, and you can try that out if you would like, but it is not required. Remember, for each problem, you are going to use one of the strategies that I have just shared. You will show all of your work and write the answer on the line. Remember to tell me the name of the strategy you used to solve the problem. If you need a reminder, our addition strategies are add by place value, the number line, or place value blocks or drawing. Your subtraction strategies to choose from are the number line or place value blocks. Now, here is our first story problem. The Ants toy store decided to start selling toy trains. On Monday, the store received 175 train cars. On Wednesday, a truck delivered 216 more train cars. How many train cars does the store have in all? So remember, you will show your work, tell me your answer, and tell me the name of the strategy you used to solve. I like to go through and reread and find the important information in the story problem. On Monday, the store got 175 trains. On Wednesday, they got 216 more. How many in all? You can pause this video as you work on number 1. Press play when you're ready to go on to number 2. Here is number 2. One morning, the store sold 148 kites. The toy store had 262 kites. So how many kites did the store have left after it sold the kites? So second graders, is this an addition equation or a subtraction equation? The store sold 148. They had 262 to start with. So how many are left? Be sure to show an equation, show your work, and tell me the name of the strategy you used to solve. Press pause as you work on number 2, and press play when you're ready to move on. Okay, here we are on our final question. Last month, the Ants toy store had a coloring contest. There were 128 entries, and 74 of them were from girls. How many were from boys? There were 128 entries total. 74 of those 128 were girls. How many were boys? Again, showing an equation and telling me the name of the strategy you were chosen and show your work. After you've finished your work, please take a picture of page 96 and 97 and post it in these boxes. Please make sure I can see your answers in the picture and see your strategy. Some of you are holding your paper really far away. I would really like you to take a picture close up where I can see your thinking and your work.